Cuffed together and paraded from the Corozal police station to the magistrate's court located on the same compound, these are the men who police believe butchered 66-year-old Paul Castillo inside his house overnight on Friday. The two Belize City men were detained shortly after police made the gruesome discovery of College Road in that northern municipality in the wee hours of Saturday. One of the accused men is the son of the deceased, Norman Castillo from Belama Phase 2. He, along with 46-year-old Earl Bowden, a plumber of Buttonwood Bay address, were arraigned just after 11 this morning for the heinous crime.
What the police know so far is that Castillo at the time was accompanied by two persons whom just before the police's arrival had left the area, and police during their investigation detained two persons who were later charged for the crime of murder, that being Earl Bowden, 47 years of a Belize City address, and Norman Castillo, 38 years, also of a Belize City address, both for the crime of murder.
Is there any relation between Norman and the victim?
Yes, we understand that, yes, there is a relation between the deceased and Norman Castillo.
Castillo was a self-employed newspaper salesman in Corozal town. He lived a humble life and was not known to have trouble with anyone. But as he entertained his son and a friend inside his house around midnight, there was conflict. Around 12:33 a.m., a first call was made to the police that Castillo was being beaten inside his house. 8 minutes later, a second call was made since police did not show up. The argument was reportedly over land documents the deceased was heard saying he doesn't have. By this time, neighbors say that they could hear screaming, and that's when a third call was made to the police around 1 a.m. And about 1:11 a.m., the screaming stopped. A man with dreadlocks carrying a drawstring knapsack leaves the house on Castillo's bicycle. Another guy comes out with a polo shirt and black hat and heads in the opposite direction. Police arrives around 1:15 a.m. to find a deceased Castillo with multiple chop wounds to both feet, hands, to the face, head, to the chest area, and on his neck. Sometime
after 1:30 a.m., Corozal police responded to an information of someone shouting inside a home on 5th Street North, Corozal Town. Whereupon the police's arrival, they found one Paul Castillo, 66 years, of the said address, apparently motionless with chop wounds to the body.
Is there any, the nature of the argument?
At this point, we do not know. We are still trying to determine an exact motive, but we know also that the building was ransacked as well.
While police are yet to determine the motive of the callous murder, it is known that over the past 2 weeks, there has been some strange activity which Castillo had brought to the attention of his pastor at the Church of Christ, right across from where he lived. Pastor David Diego says that Castillo gave him the contact number of his sisters in the event that anything happened to him.
Actually, last time I saw him alive was at 5 o'clock p.m. on Friday when he was buying some vegetables at the vegetable shop. And then we spoke there. And then I went to my home as usual. And I received the sad news from my sister, who is Yvette Swaso. She called me and she told me, she said, Brother Diego, do you know what happened to Brother Paul Castillo? I said, what? What happened? He said, well, they found him, that he's been chopped up or stabbed and that he was murdered in his home.
Did that last talk with Mr. Paul, did he say anything about, that his life had been threatened or that he had any kind of troubles or anything like that?
Last 2 weeks, a person came here with a ride from Belize City. It's like a rented vehicle. And the person, we were having services, and the person went there in the church, and he sat and he talked with Brother Paul. I was on the pulpit preaching, and then they were having a conversation there. When we had finished doing the last prayer, and people were coming to see the visitor to probably shake hands, he just sped off in his vehicle. And so Brother Cass would tell me, what kind of man is that, Brother Diego? I said, what do you mean, Brother Cass? He said, because he just came and asked me a lot of questions, who am I, where I live, and different things like that. That was last 2 weeks, Wednesday after Wednesday. Then last week, Wednesday, there was a white car in front of our of our church again with the Belize license plate. And so he told me that Diego, this car came here from 4 o'clock. And we normally meet from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. So I tell him, Bacchus, take down the license plate, call the police. And I think he did that, and the police came around checking, and the vehicle stayed in front of the church. And so I tell him, since he lives right here, I think just continue to monitor. If you see anything, call the police right away. And he said that he saw the police coming around, and then he went to sleep about after 10 at night. And then in the morning, around 4 o'clock in the morning, he heard a screeching noise, and he didn't see the vehicle anymore.
What led to the chilling murder remains under investigation, but Castillo's son and his friend have been arraigned for the crime. They were remanded to the Central Prison in Hattieville until December 23rd, when they are to return to court. Dwayne Moody for News 5.